prosecutor has agreed for a plea to no proof of insurance, which is a civil infraction. The no insurance charge, Mr. Udvardy, is punishable by up to a year in jail and a fine of not less than $200. No proof of insurance is punishable by a fine only, and that carries a $150 fine. Regarding the ordinance violation of driving suspended, they agree not to charge it as driving suspended second offense, and you would enter a plea to driving suspended. That's a misdemeanor. It's punishable by up to 93 days in jail and a fine of up to $500. Carries 2 points, and it would require that your license be further suspended. Do you understand?
Mm-hmm.
You heard me go through the advice of rights earlier. Do you understand you have those same rights?
Yep.
All right, let's do the insurance case first. Were you driving a car on January 12th here in St. Joe County without having proof of insurance in the car?
Yeah.
A man walks into court for another driving suspended charge, but the judge already knows his history. 8 suspended license convictions, multiple drunk driving cases, and years of ignoring the same warning. Even now, the judge admits he doesn't know what punishment will finally make him stop, because the next decision could cost the man his freedom or his job.
Well, you got this ticket at 3 o'clock in the morning on January 12th at Broadway and Constantine Street. Are you still working at Metal Technologies?
Yeah.
What were you doing at 3 o'clock in the morning?
I had left work early to go to the hospital because I had an abscess, and they ended up taking me to the.
So you work third shift at Metal Technologies. So you're up all night. So 3 o'clock in the morning at Broadway and Constantine is essentially on the way from Metal Technologies to the hospital. You ran the stop sign, and they stopped you for driving suspended. Your license is suspended because you keep doing this.
Mm-hmm.
Your license is revoked. You got a ticket on September 15th. You pled guilty to driving suspended on November 7th. You got one in Kalamazoo too. You got one in May of 25, going 89 and a 55. You got one in March of 25, going 80 and a 70 in Allegan County. You got a driving suspended here in April of 2024. Another no proof of insurance in 23. The drinking driving charge, which started all this in 23. Another no insurance in 23. The earlier operating while intoxicated in 20. It's just bad. Previous driving suspendeds. You got about 6 of them. So I don't know, 1,000 million days in jail. Does that sound about right? I ask you repeatedly to stop coming in here to see me. It doesn't bother me that you were driving to the hospital because you had a medical emergency. What bothers me is you drive back and forth to work every single day. Probably still are.
No,
Did you move to Portage?
I moved back here.
So you're back with your parents on Portage Street?
Yeah.
I don't know what to do with you. 1,000 million days is more than I'm allowed to order. I'll say one thing for you, you always pay your fines and costs. You got a bunch of them, but you don't owe me any money. You've got that good job. And I don't want to screw it up, but I don't know what, literally, I don't know what to do with you. You keep driving. You keep driving around with no insurance. You've got about 8 driving suspended convictions, 2 drunk driving convictions, 4 or 5 no insurance convictions. You always pay the fine, but I don't know how to make you stop. Then to make things worse, you work in 3 hours and you move to Portage, knowing you were just going to keep driving. So are you still working thirds at the
Yeah.
foundry? You been up all night?
Yeah,
How'd you get here?
my dad gave me
So he's sitting outside waiting for you?
yeah.
He's probably bored to death. How are you getting back forth to work now?
Um, I bought a bike and just either ride the bike or get dropped off at work, depending on the weather.
Are you on probation anywhere else?
No.
Plus you got that other ticket for going 89. I don't know, you really deserve some jail time, but I don't want to make you lose your job. I'm gonna ask for some help from the probation department. I'm gonna get a pre-sentence report. Rhonda, are you available Monday, April 27th?
Monday, April 27th. I am not. I'm in a neglect jury trial that starts that morning at 8:30 a.m. I'm available the Monday before.
I'll be away. Let's look at the 6th. Monday, April 6th.
No, I won't be back for my wedding.
Oh, yeah, that's right. You
I'll
got
be
big
back on
things
the
going
10th.
on. Now, how about April 29th?
I can be available in the afternoon.
Well, let's see if you've got a Thursday that you're set to be here.
On April 23rd, I have to be here for pre-trial conferences next door.
That'll probably work. Let's set it for Thursday, April 23rd at 2:30. I want to see whether he pays the no insurance ticket, which I expect that he will. And I want to see if he gets charged of driving suspended again. The hard, cold fact is it's going to be very difficult for you to get your license back. You got the 2 drinking driving cases, which revokes it, and then you keep driving suspended. Which makes it worse. So you just need to get your, and I told you this before, you need to wrap your head around the fact that you can't drive.
This case shows how repeated traffic violations can spiral into serious legal trouble. Driving without insurance or with a suspended license might seem like minor offenses at first, but repeated violations can bring jail time, longer license suspensions, and permanent driving restrictions. The judge in this case faces a difficult choice: punish the defendant for repeated violations or avoid jail time so he can keep the job that helps him pay his fines. Situations like this raise an important question about the justice system. Should courts prioritize strict punishment for repeat offenders, or should they consider employment and rehabilitation when deciding a sentence?